and welcome to another episode of Atomic Vinyl Reviews. My name's Jacob, and today we're going to be doing another unboxing video. So on the table today, we've got the brand new NECA Mothra 2019 figure. So I'm super excited to take a look at this figure, because this is one of the better Mothra 2019 figures that we seem to have out there on the market at the moment. At least until the Monster Arts one comes out later in the year, which I'm also super excited to get. So, let's just get right into it, already slicing the box. Our last review was for the Monster Arts, not the Monster Arts, I did do a Monster Arts Godzilla 2019, but the NECA Godzilla 2019, which I literally unboxed just before this in real time, but I'm putting it out in two separate videos. So here it is. It still hasn't got his tail, so we'll be able to do some comparisons of him throughout the video. Oh, a little bit of scrunched up bagel-like paper, interesting. Throw that away. And here we've got our box. Oh, already the box is much smaller than the one that came with Godzilla. I can see, much lighter and smaller. And I do really like the use of this concept art on the picture box, instead of like that weird picture, like CGI looking picture that we got for Godzilla here. At least I'm assuming that is. I mean, it might be a painted concept art, but it kind of looks... maybe. I don't know. It looks a little video gamey to me. Who knows? Who knows? But there's our boxes together. You can see the Mothra one's much thinner, a little more sleek looking. So yeah, let's open her up. On the back, just a picture of the figure with some, little building display, very nice. On the sides, you just got the same sort of little description thing there, which you can, if it goes in focus, which it might not. Come on. Okay, it won't. Ah! I was going to say you could pause it and look at it, but whatever. So opening up this little flap here, which is just a detail that I love on these new NECA boxes that they're doing. You can finally see the figure, and oh wow, she does look nice. So there's a nice little look at her in the box there, as well as a nice picture of her on her stand. I wish they added something in the background here, because this is a very empty looking piece of cardboard right there. So we've got the little stand, which is cool, and her in flight there, but whatever. And yeah, there's our beautiful Mothra figure there. Very nice. Already, she looks... her wing size is very decent. She already looks pretty, like I was expecting her to be a little bit smaller from what I've just, when people see her, they're like, oh, she's so small. But, it's pretty, kind of, a slight bit bigger than I was expecting. But still a fairly modest sized figure. So let's open her up. There we go. And, okay. Ooh, okay. And there we go. Alright, put that aside for now. Put that down. She comes with the same background as the NECA Godzilla figure, which is this ocean background of the ship. Very similar to what you see on some of the Godzilla King of the Monsters posters, where he's shooting his beam into the air. Which is kind of odd just for this particular Mothra, but I guess she was over the ocean at one point in the film, so I guess it makes enough sense. But anyway, let's get all of this out of the box. So we don't have that wire. In this one we have like these weird, I don't know what you describe them. There's these weird little tabs that you got to cut to set her free for all these pieces. So instead of the usual sort of wire that you have to twist, so kind of little rubbery tabs. She should come out now. Let's get her base out first. There we go. So you can get a nice good look at it there. So that's really nicely made. It looks gorgeous, and the paintwork and the sculpt is just really good on this thing. However, I don't know why they made this little metal bit here, because in the film, Mothra cocoons herself under a random waterfall when she hatches into her imago form. This is more reminiscent of where her lava would have hatched out, I'd say, initially in the film, where, in the very beginning of the film, where Madison and Emma are, present and all of that. But I guess they just kind of combined the two concepts. They might have just not have really known what to put, so they made this little weird metal thing. It looks really good, despite being just kind of random. So, let's get our actual Mothra out. So she's kind of... Oh, her wings are translucent. That's cool. Okay, so she's slowly coming out here. I'm just kind of working her out by... Ah, there we go. Okay. Very delicate feeling figure. Let's open up her wings. Ooh, nice. So they have two little hinges for each wing. Her massive wings and her very tiny wings down here. Their own separate hinges. And I have the light coming in facing like my windows behind the camera, basically lighting up me. So already I can see her wings are really cool because they are translucent. They were probably... They might have been made on, yeah, just like clear yellow. Clear yellow plastic is what they're cast in, and they've just been painted on with all the other colors, and it makes for a really cool looking figure when you got light going through it. So that's a nice effect there, NECA. You did great with that. Very delicate little arms. The sculpt is actually a lot nicer and cleaner looking than I was kind of expecting. But unfortunately, and I know it would have been hard to actually do, all these little leg pieces, they only join to the body, and that's their only articulation, and they just move back and forth. So you can only just kind of do that with them. You can't really, like, bend the legs to your own desired shape, which is kind of annoying because I really wish I could bend these hind legs, because I really hate them, basically, and it's the only part of our design I don't like is these hind legs. I wish I could bend them to sort of fold in and look more pressed up to her body in her flying pose like she was in the movie. Because here they just look like weird sort of humanoid legs that are just dangling off our, what should be our enigmatic Mothra. But I do like these claws at the front. They're really well done. Oh, there we go. You can kind of get a nice good look here. But it's nice furry texture all over her. Even on the wings, which is great because Mothra is always the best when she's very fluffy. You can see they always have to sculpt in her antenna to sort of be pressed up on the back of her head, which is a shame because I wish they could be like their own separate little piece. It would look a little bit better because it makes her head in some makes her head look a little bit weird, like the antenna is not antenna but like a different part of her head, and kind of looks a little off. But here it's not too bad. You can see her eyes are painted in beautifully in this metallic blue. I really liked her face. Although they should have made the tip of her like nose, her mandibles, kind of darker, because this one did have like a dark spot on the tip there. So there's a little tiny detail they missed, but you know, no big deal actually. It's such a tiny figure, and the Monster Arts will probably have that covered anyway. But yeah, this is actually a pretty quality Mothra figure from this film. Like they got the nice texturing on the wings, the sort of ribbing and the color all down good. Like I'll bring in the Bandai vinyl, which is the only other one I have. You can see they are similar in size. The Bandai vinyl, the wings are obviously thicker because it has to be vinyl, but her wings, the NECA ones, are far longer and sort of more elegant looking. This Mothra has really weird long wings, and of course the paintwork is a lot better, especially on the underside where this one has the Bandai vinyl has nothing going for it, and the body parts of her look really weird. So yeah, this is a definite upgrade over that, and it's actually gonna be really hard for Monster Arts to top this one. I think this one's a really beautifully done figure from NECA actually. So let's put her up on our little thingamabob. She comes with this stand. You plug it in here. Stand actually seems to have two pieces, or no, it's just one piece, but it's like thicker at the bottom and thinner at the top. And this is gonna go around her thorax, and it's gonna click in around here. So let's try that. Yeah. Okay, come on. There we go. Gonna click it in around the very thinnest part of her waist. And there, you got your flying Mothra. She's not in focus, sorry, but okay, doesn't want to go in focus, but yeah, very nice little figure here. And we can bring in our Godzilla and see they obviously scale up really well. So this Mothra is very tiny compared to Godzilla, but her wing size is really big, which is kind of interesting because originally the 60s Mothra, even her body was like as big as Godzilla, and then she had massive wings on top of that. So this is kind of a big change. But to imagine something flying that massive, she'd be the size of King Ghidorah basically if she was, you know, that big. We could also bring in the Monster Arts Godzilla to compare the two. Get rid of some of this stuff. And yeah, they do look really nice together. So yeah, it's going to be a hard job for Monster Arts to try and top this version of Mothra. I do have faith in them. They do great stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna, you know, do a full review of these NECA figures kind of later on. But this is just, you know, a little unboxing and some of my first thoughts on them. So let me know what you guys think of these figures, and are you excited about the upcoming Rodan figure? I'm like super hyped for that one because I absolutely loved Rodan in this film. And yeah, I'm really hopeful that NECA is gonna pull it off just like they did their other two figures here, and same with Monster Arts. So yeah, that's it for this unboxing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And may all your vinyl be a radiated vinyl. Over and out.